This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, welcome everyone to our first distance learning module. We will do 2 a week, the days that we have Puppy Best Start. And the purpose is to give you some quick hits of things that you can do to continue your pup socialization and development until we can eagerly welcome them back. So let's just dive in. What you see right here are the objectives of Puppy Best Start. You may have seen them in the welcome letter, but we are using all of the knowledge and tools that we have to develop your puppy's brain so that they're not reactive, they're resilient, they have impulse control, they listen. We work really hard at developing the foundations for a good recall and good leash skills, because those matter a lot to quality of life, and being comfortable with living things in the world. Now, the nuance of how we do it is typically not your problem. We know the science behind it, but I'm going to be sharing just little bits with you so that you can hopefully have some fun with your dog and keep their development going. Okay. So each module will work the same way, but socialization to the dog's world. The other thing I should mention at this point is I always post the deck along with the recording. So if you're listening, you don't have to take notes. Just take it in. The whole thing is only going to be 5 minutes, and then you can always go back to the deck. But for dog socialization, the tip that I have for you today is people always wonder, they look at play and they're like, is this good? Is this bad? Are they bullying? Are they being bullied? And there's a lot to know about it, and the play-based training is actually a pretty intensive science. One quick tip that I tell people is it's all about the break. Get it? Like it's all about the base. What you want to look for in the interaction is breaks at 2 levels. One is with the bite. Your dog should not be suckling the other dog. They love to put like an ear or something in their mouth and keep their mouth on the other dog. That's not healthy. We should be seeing bite, release, bite, release, bite, release. The other thing on the next level up is if you watch healthy dog play, there is self-directed breaks very frequently. It's sort of like Wayne's World when they're playing hockey in the street. It's like, game on, game off, game on, game off. That's what healthy play looks like. So if the play is going on and you're not seeing them separate and rejoin, then that's probably play that I would intervene on and help them take those breaks. There's a video link because on future days when we're not scrambling so hard to get this all up, I will show you videos of all the things. Then we have our dog-human socialization aspect. Really, diversity is the key. Diversity in ages, in genders, in mobility patterns, all of the things. So pick any 1 or 2 categories: Black people, babies, irregular mobility patterns like canes or limps or walkers, or a different culture than you, and try to go on a field trip where you will see that demographic with your dog. They don't have to interact with them, but just get the exposure and hanging out and showing them that, hey, this is a part of your world, little dog. And dog animal socialization, that kind of encompasses all other living things. If you don't have a cat at home, see if you can find a dog savvy cat that your dog can meet. Besides socialization to living things, there's socialization to surroundings. We want a dog that can come to the breweries with us and come to the baseball games. We want a dog that we can take with us. And actually the socialization to the changing surroundings is also how you prevent reactivity, which I won't get into too much. We do a ton of it at school, but for now, we just want to get them some sensory input each day that's unusual. So one thing you could look for on your field trip, where you're going to be looking for whatever people demographic, is something like inflatable flappy guys or rollerblades or flags. We want exposure when the dog is not yet showing fear. Those are all things dogs will react to. A normal dog will react to. They don't have the social exposure. So if your dog doesn't have a reaction, that's good news. And that's built in their brain to accept a wider variety of things all the time, which is what lets them accept their world. The sound of the day, a blow dryer. Play a game, play a pattern game, play tug, play fetch with the sound of the blow dryer far enough away that it doesn't bother them. And the physical sensation, for today, it's a slippery, shiny surface. So think about where you could find one of those. Go play on it. If your dog is already showing hazard avoidance to these things, just skip it, go away, tell us about it in the comments and I will tell you what to do. But if your dog is still just accepting it, that's the level that we want to be at. I do not have a scent game prepared for you today, but I will in future modules. So enjoy the adorable BBs. The next aspect of socialization, this kind of goes along with tactile socialization, but that's body handling. A lot of dogs are really stressed at vets and groomers, and the humans don't see it as much because they're often not with the dog there. And so habituating them to body handling is really important. So for today, oh, sorry, that was my phone. So for today, the hot spot, the area that we're going to target is the paws. And what I'm going to recommend is called a paw sandwich, where you take their paw and you just put an even gentle pressure with your hands on either side. It feels like a massage to them, and it really starts to drive the idea that paw handling and body handling is a good bonding activity and feels good to them and not something to avoid or be averse about. Now, they aren't thinking about it quite in those words, just to be clear, but I'm just trying to get the information across as quickly as I can because I know you guys are busy. And so then we're on to our training tip of the day. The foundation of all good training, well, it's looking at unmet needs actually, but the foundation to the handler focused training is that if you can't get your dog's attention, you will not be able to get them to do anything else. So for today, for our learning game, I want you to challenge yourself not to use your dog's name unless you are positive that you can get them to look at you, that either they're going to do it on their own because of the situation, or you have a way to follow through and get them to look at you. Because haplessly saying their name over and over as they happily sniff the daisies is just letting them see that it's fun and effective to ignore their name. It's not building a strong association with the need to respond to their name. And they don't, that idea that you need to respond to your name is not something dogs are born with. They don't have complex verbal processing. So we have to be really intentional about how we teach that name responsiveness so we can get it even in really hard situations. So that's our training tip for the day. And really, if you did that and did it well, you'd be 80% of the way there. Also in the background of that picture, I believe is a Dog Days Manager dog. I recognize it because of the dye in the tail. Anyway, okay, and last, our behavior tip. And our fundamental guiding principle at Puppy Best Start is that all behavior is communication. And our behavior tip today is that you get the dog you pay attention to. It is really easy to ignore a well-behaved dog. It is really easy to take good behavior for granted, as that's just what they should be doing. We want to be giving them attention, giving them their meals, opening the door, all when we see them doing really nice, good behavior. We tend to give them a lot of attention when it's not behavior we like because we want the behavior to stop. You can turn that on its head and give attention to the behavior you do like. You, again, if you did that and nothing else, you'd probably be pretty well through the journey. So that's what I've got for you today. I miss everyone, and we will see you all as soon as we hopefully can.